I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right and see life do what you want.
Well guys, I'm down here at Surf Sand and Cars at Lakes Beach like I told everyone I would be. Look, honestly, the event's basically finished, everyone's pretty well gone home, but what an amazing day, absolute stunning cars down here like bloody always. And for a change, I actually had a whole bunch of followers and subscribers and that come up, including my one and only patron, who you'll see a little bit later in the video. So first and foremost, I guess she's wondering, did I get it finished? I'll tell you in a little bit. But yeah, here's the big reveal, guys. Well, I am so stoked with this bloody car. Absolutely loving the way it's all turned out. It has come up brilliant. The Predator on here is amazing. So really loving that. I've had a hell of a lot of comments about it today too. So yeah, guys, I've had heaps of comments about the Predator on there. People didn't realize quite how rough it was and everything else, and just how bloody resistant and great it looks on the car. It really does look great. So I'll give you a walk around now and I'll show you pretty well everything I've done to the car from start to finish, and yeah, I'll let you know somewhere along the lines whether or not I actually got it finished. Alrighty guys, so let's start at the front of the car. Obviously you saw me sand it all back and paint the whole thing in Predator. The bull bar looks absolutely amazing. It's gonna withstand so much more now. And look, the truth is, guys, I've been hitting the back of the car today with a key and it's left no marks whatsoever, just to demo to other guys what it can do. So obviously the Predator, I've got the GME AE4707B, I believe they are, antennas on both sides. That's for the two radios. I've kept the standard little XTM light bar on there. I'm not necessarily finished here because I forgot to put the bloody headlight washer mounts back on there. So the bull bar's got to come back off and I've got to put them on. I do want to put a couple of 6-inch lights down on here. That may or may not happen, look, I don't know, but it's a plan. I'd like something there. And maybe even in this gap here. One thing I have done with this that I haven't done in the past, or haven't had in the past, is I bought a set of Bushkins bash plates. Now for ages I've had the standard stock front bash plate, but I've had no sump plate or anything under this car. Since I bought it, I've had no sump plate. Now I've got the front one and a sump plate on there from Bushkins. Paid for them, not given, not sponsored. I like the look of their products. I love the little gecko in the middle of their bash plates and everything. So opted for a set of Bushkins and they were the right price for me. So again, I did pay for them. So that's the front end. Basically not much has happened there. Move around to the driver's side of the car. Alrighty, around the driver's side, look, nothing really happened on the side. I've got no steps. I took the old bashed up steps off, the standard ones, and I'm not going to be replacing them. Eventually down the line, I would like to buy a set of Dirt Boy 4x4 steps / sliders to go on there. So at the moment, I'm leaving them off and I'll be happy with that. On the roof, I've painted the roof rack or the roof platform. I've added the XTM 42-inch light bar like I've always had at the front. And I've added some little 6-inch ones to the corners, on all 4 corners. These are triggered at the moment from the back. I do want to run a wire to the front eventually to be able to trigger them as well. so I can get a nice spread at camp or if I'm going down a dark track or something. So they're a nice little light to shoot out around the sides. And I'm pretty happy with them. I tested them last night, as you can see in the photo here, and they show quite a bit of light. Alrighty, around to the passenger side. Again, nothing's really changed here. The Maxi Tracks 2.5 by 2.5 metre awnings stayed on here. Again, those same lights are under the awnings. They're tilted down a little bit more on this side so that they can get actually under the awning and shine a bit of light. That's basically all that's happened here. Let's get into the car. Alrighty, inside the car, a bit's changed in here. Roof console, unfortunately, this is it. I didn't get it finished, guys. Didn't quite happen. I didn't get to rebuild the roof console that I was hoping. I do plan to do it, and my plan will basically be this centre section only with the GME TX3100 mounted inside that. Yeah, got you clear at Budgie Wee, mate. So the plan is to rebuild the roof console and basically just go this centre section with the GME TX3100 built into the centre section. And just a few switches across the front. Look, I don't need all these other gauges. I may keep a voltage gauge, I don't know. Don't really need them. Down the bottom here, we've got the Grundig double DIN head unit. First time having a touchscreen in the car, and I'm really loving it. Actually got my first phone call to go through that yesterday using the Bluetooth. My son, I was going to pick him up last night, and yeah, actually really works really well. I'm very happy with that. The piece de resistance, the one thing that I've been dying for in this car for ages, and that's this thing, the GME XRS-390C. I went the top of the line because it's got the GPS receiver and everything built into the handpiece, not just by Bluetoothing to the phone. So many features in this bloody radio. Jump onto GME's website or onto GME's YouTube channel. Check out all the videos Tony Crook's done on how to set these up and how to use them. These things are packed full of features and I absolutely love it. I'm also noticing that I'm getting more chatter and more signal through this radio than I have the old Oricom or the other GME that I've got. Using the same antennas, they're both a 5-watt unit, but I'm getting more on here, which is kind of surprising. The XRS sits down in the center console there, out of the way. Other little upgrades I've done in the front of the car, only minor things. A couple of little other upgrades that I've done in here, only really minor things. I've replaced my lighter socket plug in the front and the one that was in the center console with USBs. The front side one is a USB 3.0 with quick charge and USB-C, so I can really quickly charge my phone and cameras and things like that off there. When I rebuild the roof console, I'll have a USB 3 up in there as well. So yeah, they're the only real modifications I've done in here. I had to replace all my door trims and that again because I did get paint all over them. But I've replaced them, so thanks to Central Coast 4x4 wreckers, came through and helped me out to get a new set of them quite cheap and quickly. So, alrighty, now let's move to the back where the majority of the work's done. Alrighty guys, just taking a quick break out from normal footage here. I'm joined here with Jamie. Now you may know at least the name, Jamie Davis, at the end of my videos. Jamie is my first and currently only Patreon supporter. So mate, massive thank you for that.
Yeah, pleasure.
Jamie's supporting me on the $10 tier. If you guys want to support me, it starts at $2 a month. Big thing I've got to do for Jamie today though, he's been my supporter now for just on 6 months, and for that on the $10 tier, Jamie, free t-shirt, mate.
Thank you, Mick. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your support.
And if I could just say too, $10 a month, it's nothing, it's not even a cup of coffee a week.
That's it.
And Mick's photography, his wallpapers and everything are fantastic. I use them all the time on my phone and the computer. So for a couple of bucks, support this really nice bloke.
Thanks for that, Jamie. Really appreciate it, mate. I'm glad that you like the content. I'm glad that you like the photos and everything. Because again, if you want to support the channel, from as little as $2 a month, there's a nice, beautiful XE rolls past. Yeah, as little as $2 a month, guys. It really helps a hell of a lot. You can jump on, help me cover fuel, things like this build and stuff like that. So, alright guys, let's get back to normal filming.
Hey guys.
Alrighty, so this is the main area that I took all my money and all my bloody time. The back end. As I said previously, I wanted to build all this up and I wanted to have the new draw system and everything else. I said that I wanted this on Gas Struts. Now, I've done that. Whether or not I haven't positioned them properly or they're just not quite strong enough with everything fully loaded, look, they take quite a bit to lift. Once it's up, it's quite easy to hold and move up and down. Still provides much easier access to the third row seat well, to my compressor and things like that than what the old draw system did. And they just push down, and because there is so much weight there, they hold down really well. I've done the draw on the slide and updated my patch collection with one from Jason and Off the Beaten Path. So the draw on the slide comes all the way out. This is where I was having an issue before. Because I had the draw on the driver's side of the car, I couldn't open it to get to everything at the back. Now, I can have this one all the way out and open the fridge far enough to get to the back of the fridge. So the drawer's now there, chock full of stuff, 90 kilo slides, plenty of weight, plenty of strength, and they're not going anywhere. The table and everything still stayed the same. Look, my aunt painted this for me. I'm never getting rid of this table. That is a little standpoint and a little piece for my car that's always going to be on show. So, switches and everything down the side here, electronic wise. Well, as you just saw, I've got a 140 amp hour giant lithium battery. That lithium battery, I had the fridge running last night for the first time in the car since putting it in. That lithium battery was at 100% at 6 a.m. this morning. It has not moved whatsoever. So 140 amp hour lithium to power all of this now. On the driver's side, I've got 4 switches. Only 3 are connected at the moment. One is to power a 500 watt inverter, which gives me 240 volt from under here, where I've got 2 sockets for charging laptops and things like that, and the 240 volt that you can see down the bottom here. The next one along is to power these roof lights, the small 6-inch ones on the roof. The third one's not in use. The fourth one is for this little light here. Now these were like $2.65 for 10 of them on eBay. They look like crap. They really look cheap, nasty, horrible. But the bloody light from them is amazing. Turns this whole section into daylight when I'm cooking at the back of it. As you can see in the photo here, I tested them last night and they are absolutely amazing. How long they last, I don't know, but for $2.65 for 10, how can you really go wrong? Below the switches down here, I've also got 2 USB 3.0 and USB-C quick charge ports, same as what I've got in the front, and these can be individually turned on and off as well. There's a tiny touch switch on the side that turns them on and off. The powerhouse of it all, I've got a 12-way fuse panel with a negative bus bar, so it's a 12-way switch panel there. I've got 10 out of those used at the moment. I really didn't think I'd have that much. My last one was only 6-way and I had that not even full. Now I've got 10. And again, the CTEC D250SE, it's a 20 amp DC to DC charger, so I can use the solar on the roof the same as I always have, which is a 110 watt King solar panel. I can use that to charge, keep the lithium battery charged up, or I can use the alternator of the car when I'm driving. So this side of the car, I've got an Anderson. Now this is a straight through, there's no fuse or anything here, which I really am a little skeptical about, but more than anything, that Anderson is for me to plug in a 240 volt charger if we have a bit of bad weather or something like that and I need to charge the battery up at home. I can plug in a 240 volt charger straight to that and then not have to worry about it. And above there I've got a single 12 volt lighter socket plug. I really don't use them anymore. So I didn't feel the need to put more of them in. So I've got a single one there. Again, is the back end finished? No, it's not. On the side here where the CTEC and everything is, I wanted a little cupboard to go over the top of that like I've had previously, where I can put my phone and cameras and things like that and charge them out of the way. So I didn't get that finished. It's something that's still coming along the lines. We'll get there eventually, but hasn't happened just yet. So unfortunately, I didn't quite get the whole build finished. But in reality, do we ever get the builds finished? The other thing is, and this is going to sound a bit weird, that even though I haven't completely finished this build yet, I already want to rebuild it. See, I was on a bit of a time frame for this one. and I rushed a few things and didn't calculate a few things right, and that's made the draw system quite sticky, the struts not quite right, and I wanted to carpet all the way around the edges of the timber and stuff like that, which I haven't been able to do. I think I purchased the wrong carpet for that as well, so I'd actually like to go through and rebuild the same design, same concept, but just do it properly, do it a bit better. So that will happen down the line, but I'm not going to bother filming all that. I'm just going to get that done. I don't think he's need to see 500 bloody rebuilds of the car. So, and yeah guys, so that's basically it for the Paj. She's set up and done. I'm really happy with it. Yes, there's some issues, but overall I'm really happy with it. So that's it. I hope you've really enjoyed the rebuild series, the makeover series, and I absolutely love the way this car has come up. Now I need to get out bush and go camping again and give it a run and a bit of a shakedown. So stay tuned. I may just be heading out in a couple of weeks with another Pajero driver, Matt. You vaguely saw him in another video. And doing a bit of an exploration and whatnot up in the Wadigans. So stick with us, and I think that might be my shakedown video. Alright guys, again, thanks for watching this series. I hope you've really enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you haven't already hit like, please do so. Yanma Bujiri Murugu. Walk a good path. Yano. Goodbye. Oh, show us your bits.